Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Bonde, aka Mkoma Bonde, and Chamisa to this exclusive interview with advocate Nelson Chamisa. Can you also subscribe to this channel? Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any exciting content uploaded like this one. And it. So, Mkoma arguta my highlights, advocate arguta my highlights, my headlines, trend. Is the man of the moment who is trending at the moment. Nenye kuti vakasiya bato ravo CCC vachienda kune rimwe bato handisi kuziva kuti vaenda kune rimwe here but zvizere tichazvinzwa mukati interview ino yanditika. So with me right now on the line I've got advocate Nelson Chamisa. Advocate Nelson Chamisa, welcome to Bonde Reports. Advocate, why did you decide to walk away from the party that you started?
Well, what you do is that when you realize that your cattle pen has been invaded by cattle rustlers, you just need to walk away with your cattle to secure them. I'm not walking away from the citizens of Zimbabwe. I'm walking away from a poisoned chalice. There are many other wells. There are many other sources of water. There are many other vehicles and platforms that could be and should be used. So we are taking a new way, a fresh approach, a new start. In fact, the future has just begun.
Okay. Ipapo ndikupanzwa advocate, but tichataura nezve future manje. We are going to talk about the future very soon. But tikuda chikonzero, why did you decide to leave the party that you started, mdara? Amusima akukwata here ma akutiza here ma.
Indeed, it's a very drastic measure against our own will and against our own intention. But because we have seen that Mr. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF are now abusing institutions of the state, in particular Parliament, the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, and in some circumstances even our own courts, because they are now contaminating our courts with their politics. That has necessitated what we are doing. We don't want to be forced into a dance, dancing to the tune of a dictatorship, dancing to the tune of Mr. Mnangagwa, recalling our members of parliament. After recalling those members of parliament, stopping them and barring them from then participating, because he knows that in the arena of elections, he has no support. Just as he was rejected on the 23rd of August 2023 election, they want to continue to ward off that rejection by avoiding the votes and the voters. So because of that, we have to make sure that we make a bold stand, a bold move. As you know, leaders must take a stand. And we've taken that stand to say, how do we break that new ground? How do we then make sure that, although the past is broken, how do we make sure that we bring in a future that is beautifully woven? And to do so, we are going to have new tactics, new approaches, because we've realized the leopard cannot change and is not changing the sport.
Tine zvakawanda zvatiri kuda kutaura advocate. Saka ndanchikumbira kuti mhinduro dzenyu mungoti ga toenda straight to the point handitika. Nekuti murungoziva kuti data riri kudhura, zvinhu zvakaoma munyika kudai so handiti. Saka ndoda kuti tibvunze kuti uyu anonzi Chabangu uyu ambori ani?
That's why I said I think Mr. Mnangagwa is the best person to answer that question, because that is his person.
But pama reports andiri kuona advocate atiri kuverenga tese zviri kunzi Chabangu uyu ndiye secretary general, asi munhu we-CCC here, ndiye munhu wenyu we-CCC secretary general, and ndiye futi munhu ari kurikola ma-MPs e-CCC.
We're saying that it is Mr. Mnangagwa and his party. Just to help you and the audience here, for you to be recalled, there has to be the consent and assent of the Speaker of Parliament, of the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, and of course, in cases where there's a dispute, endorsement by the courts. Now, because these institutions are, to a greater extent, connected to Mr. Mnangagwa, they are the ones that have accepted Mr. Chabangu. So it's not a CCC matter. It's not a CCC issue or a citizens of Zimbabwe issue.
Okay.
It's a Mr. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF issue. It is their cake, they must eat it. It is their bed, they must lie on it.
Thank you very much for clarifying that, Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Okay, let's talk about the future. Future yakamira sei, but hatikwanisi kutaura nezvefuture, advocate, kana tisina kuadresa problem that we are having at the moment. Ku MDC Alliance makatiza, ku Triple C matiza futi. Hazvizvi zvakuita kuti vanhu vasazokubhilivha here munhu waMwari. Ndiri kuona kunge zvinozonetsa mangwana. Haufa apa mudara, muri kuzoona seya? Nekuti hatikwanisi kutaura about the future tisati taadresa nyaya idzodzidzi.
You must not confuse Nelson or Emerson. Mr. Mnangagwa is the one who has a credibility crisis, not Nelson Chamisa. He is the one who is the author of all these things. The hijacking of the MDCT, the hijacking of the MDC Alliance, the hijacking of the Triple C. And you know what the beauty is? The people of Zimbabwe are very clear. That's why they continue to support us. The base is not moved. The base is actually energized and emboldened. The people of Zimbabwe are clear that ours is a noble and legitimate fight against dictatorship and oppression. And ours is a fight that is going to be won. That's why I told you that the direction we are taking is a direction that is going to give Zimbabweans a fresh smile. They support. There's no credibility crisis. If anything, they know that the more I'm being fought by forces of darkness, the more I'm being confirmed as a force of light. The more they fight me, the more they validate. It's very clear, and I'm not going to be shaken. I know that I carry the will of the people of Zimbabwe. I have their trust and confidence. That's why they support us. And that's why the dictatorship is fighting, using all manner of tactics, weapons, everything, machinery, all against an individual.
Okay.
That tells you a story, isn't it?
Thank you very much for clarifying that, Advocate Nelson Chamisa. The other issue yatinayo panapa ndeyekuti muri kuenda kumberi makutanga new party here kana muchitanga new party inenge ichinzi chii uyezve muchatanga rini?
Well, I must say that now, because I've told you that once bitten, twice shy, we are a lot wiser. I've seen that the leopard cannot and is not changing its spots. I've seen that the crocodile has not changed and has not shed its scales. So for that reason, we are going to have different approaches. So forming parties may not necessarily be the approach, but I can tell you that the citizens' movement is going to be emboldened, is going to be strengthened and deepened organically to make sure that the citizens of Zimbabwe have a fighting chance. So yes, not an organization per se or an institution. What we need is a broad omnibus, almost like a movement, a citizens' movement that is all-encompassing, but that focuses on making sure that we fix the broken politics and we fix the stolen elections and we fix the issue of governance, have a new government in Zimbabwe, have a legitimate government in Zimbabwe, return Zimbabwe to majority rule, majority happiness, and majority prosperity, and legitimate government.
Very wise words from the Advocate Nelson Chamisa. Hanzi kugona mbavha huirongera handitika. Saka zvambanje manje vakutomboshandisa umwe tactic munyuwani rekatimboona kuti zviri kufamba sei ipapo. But anyways, thank you very much, Advocate Nelson Chamisa, for taking time. My name is Bonde, aka Mkoma Bonde Rai, tripano pa Bonde Reports. Kana ungasati wadzvanya subscribe button, dzvanya subscribe button mahara. And thank you very much for supporting .5 Creative Studios. Tinosangana muvidhio rinotevera handitika. Bye.